Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. Welcome to Teach Me Tuesday here at facebook.com/sweetstamper. I follow your comments on my computer and I forgot to plug my computer in. So it's super low on battery. We'll see how we get on with that. Hey, Susan, welcome. I'm so glad you're joining us here today. We're having an absolutely gorgeous day here in San Antonio. Welcome, welcome, Judy. And hey, Paulette, I'm glad you're here. So when I finish my Facebook Live today, my to-do list is about this long, but I'm just putting that aside for about 20 or 30 minutes, and I'm going to get out there and walk in this gorgeous weather. I tend to walk in the evenings. I walk my dog in the evening. Hey, Betty, I'm glad you're here. But the weather is just so gorgeous today, and I know I just need to do that. Sometimes you just kind of have to make yourself, even when it's something that's really good, and you know it's going to be good for you, sometimes you still have to make yourself. Oh, Toronto. Well, how are things in Toronto, Paulette? Are you having lots of snow? Hey, Maria, thank you for joining us today. I keep seeing lots of snowy photos from friends in Canada, and my youngest son and his family live in the north of England up near Durham, and they're having lots of snow, much more than usual. Even some of our friends farther south in England, they're having a lot more snow than they typically get. But we have like a Chamber of Commerce day here today in San Antonio, so it's been really mild and warm this week, and it's going to get a little bit colder again next week. But that is where we are with the weather, which is, we spent 9 years in the UK, and the weather's always a major topic of conversation, and it just kind of stuck. I don't know. We just always are very keyed in on, what things are like outdoors. So, Paulette, lots of snow, yeah. Hey, Sue, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Well, hey, Gail, welcome, welcome. I'm going to go ahead and bring my camera down and get to stamping. This is Teach Me Tuesday, and I'm going to review where we went the last two Facebook Live sessions, and then we're going to get into a little bit of color work today. We're going to work with one of our new in colors, which is Bumblebee. So let me bring the camera down and see if we're getting a decent picture. I have my lovely, whoopsie, my desk has a little wonky bit, and the little shelf here, the little panel falls and makes a big loud clang when it does, but it's just an old desk, so those things happen with some of us things and people that are older. We have little wonky bits. So I'm using my beautiful in color grid paper. I believe this is still available in our online store if you are so inclined to have some really pretty color in your workspace. So let me show you a little bit of a review of where we've been the last couple of times. So last week on Tuesday, Teach Me Tuesday, this is one of 3 cards, and I confess this is the only one I could lay my hand to in my studio. So these are both celebration items, this stamp set and this stamp set. Let me just show you. And our Teach Me Tuesday was showing you a kind of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a quick way to do a multicolored stamped image, or maybe a cheat way to do a multicolored stamped image. I will say the one that we decided that we liked the best was slightly different than this one, and on my first post below this Facebook Live on my Facebook page here, you'll see that I have an inspiration sheet, so it gives you the measurements and instructions on how to do this. But let me show you really quick that those are both free items that you can get with Celebration, and I think that, they're actually on the same page. Or pages. I think that Corner Bouquet is one of those stamp sets that you could easily overlook. I'm going to be using it again either Thursday or next Tuesday. I haven't decided which yet. But it doesn't have any greetings, and so I paired it with this stamp set, which is All Greetings. It's actually one of my favorites in celebration this year. It's called Heal Your Heart, and we're in this together. I tell you, if there isn't a better sentiment right now, I can't think of one. This covers just about everything that we're all facing right now. So just various limitations on our lives because of the pandemic that continues. So this is where we were last week on Teach Me Tuesday, and then I followed that up on Thursday is my simple and stepped up. Hey, Susie and Kathy and Marlene. Wow, lots of folks have joined since I last looked at comments. So this paper right here is also a celebration item. And so everything, the paper, the designer paper, and both sets of stamps are free options with celebration. I used this same set of designer series paper for my simple and stepped up cards that we did on Thursday. And we did a little fancy fold. So just a really simple little fancy fold. Here's our simple. Here's our ever so slightly stamped up. So we added a vellum doily and we added pearls to the sequence. And I will tell you, that was a little bit of an aha moment, and really dressed this up in a really lovely way. So I'm working on inspiration sheets for this one, so I'll probably get those posted later today. So that is where we were on Tuesday and Thursday last week. Both times I was featuring this designer series paper, and it is called Paper Blooms. That is a free item with celebration. So I'm going to go a little bit down a different path today, and we're going to do a little bit of work with some in colors. So one of the in color I'm going to key in on today is called Bumblebee, and it is a really lovely color. I'm a yellow girl. I like all yellows. I've never met a yellow I didn't like. I think it's such a pretty, it just reminds me of sunshine and brightness and light. So this is all Bumblebee, and Bumblebee is a little bit, well, let me show you a comparison here. So this is the little comparison that I like to do with the in colors because it just helps me. So here's Bumblebee, and it's kind of a soft yellow. And just to show you the difference, look at how much brighter Daffodil Delight is and how much more of a clear yellow. This is more of a golden yellow. And then if you look at Crushed Curry, it's pretty close to Bumblebee, but it's also, again, it's brighter. And then, hey Laura, I'm glad you're here. And then you have the really soft, this is So Saffron, which to me is the softer version of Bumblebee. It's very creamy, orangey yellow. And then last but not least, we have Mango Melody, which is very orangey yellow. So these are the 5 current yellows that we have. And I think just kind of comparing them helps us. So you can see right here that Bumblebee is a soft yellow. This is much brighter and clearer, and Mango Melody, of course, is super bright, almost like a chrome yellow. So Bumblebee is what was catching my fancy today. So what I thought to do was, first of all, to show you a little bit of some cards using Bumblebee, and then I'm going to show you the color scheme that we're going to go with today. Because I think one of the things about in colors is we have to learn to use them with other things. We don't make too many cards that are all one color. So I had done this one back in the fall, and this was one of our holiday catalog stamp sets called Press On. So this was combining Bumblebee with a little bit of cinnamon cider and a little tiny bit of cherry cobbler. And then here is a card that I had featured here on Facebook Live, and here I just combined it very simply with a little bit of Old Olive. That's it. Done and dusted. Super, super simple. This is a card I got in a swap that I hosted, and I think this is a Karen Titus card. And here Karen has combined our beautiful bumblebee with a little bit of pumpkin pie. So really sweet, gender neutral baby card. I love this because this would be good whether you're having a boy or a girl. And then this is one of our own, one of my team members, Kathy Spears. She's on here oftentimes. And here she has combined actually the paper I'm going to use today, this, I think it's Love You Always, with one of our spring catalog stamp sets, Circle Celebration, I believe it's called. And then here, this is combining, this is a little bit more of what I'm heading into today. This is actually a fancy fold. It's a really pretty card. Again, this is a swap card. And here, she's combined this with a little Flirty Flamingo, a little Calypso Coral, and a little bit of, oh, actually, you know what? I take it back. This is So Saffron. See, it's the lighter counterpart of Bumblebee. So she used Bumblebee Designer Series paper, but she used So Saffron for the actual card. This is a fun card featuring all of the new end colors, which you'll see here. And this is a fun card with featuring kind of a strip down the middle of Bumblebee and a little bit of that Bumblebee ribbon over here. And then I've got this one that is another of this fine art gallery, fine art floral, something like that, is the designer paper. And it is both of these, you can see where the Bumblebee color is featured in that designer series paper. So it can go in a lot of different directions. So what I did for today's inspiration was I went to my little color chart. Now, I've shared this document on here before. I can share it again if you like. So this is just a download that Stampin' Up! Provides for us. And they give us all of these for actually all of the colors in our main lineup of colors, but also the end colors where there's just 5. And I use this all the time. And Kathy, I'm glad you like the cards. They give you some great inspiration on what you can do with a single color. So here, I looked at these color combinations and I decided I'm going to go with this one. So let me just show you what that looks like. So here I have Mary Merlot, and here I have Bumblebee, and here I have Flirty Flamingo. So that is the color scheme I wanted to go with today. Now I am going to add a little bit of black because I'm going to use this designer series paper and we're going to add some color to it. This is one of our, let me see if I can find it in here. Ooh, I don't think I have well, I thought I had a little cheat sheet in here, but I don't. It's a super fun paper, and I've been working with it on something else. I see I've got a little splodge there. So this is the black and white paper that is in our mini catalog. Let me show it to you really quick because I don't have my chart over here, which is what I thought I did. So it's called True Love. And I love these black and white papers because you can leave them as is, and they're just so elegant. Or you can add color to them, and that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to show you a really quick and easy way to add color. So the color swatches, Diane, this is a download that Stampin' Up! Provides for us, and I've shared it on here several times before. I think you can put Color Coach in the search bar of my page here, but I will share it again when I'm done. And all I did was I just printed this on a piece of white cardstock and then cut it up. And I like to put them on these because for me, this is what I store. I store one of these for each of the color families in my little stamping design area, and then I can easily grab this and work with it. So that's where I got my color scheme, and I'm actually going to do 2 versions of this card. And what I'm doing is I'm adding only the 2 lighter colors, and I'm going to use the Merlot for an accent color, just to kind of bring in a little bit of depth to what I'm working on. So let's work with Flirty Flamingo and Bumblebee, and let me show you a little bit of what we can do. Now I'm just using our sponges. You could definitely use sponge daubers and probably get a more accurate application, but I didn't want to be too fussy. I just wanted this to be quick, easy. I already had these sponges ready, so I decided I would just use these. You can see that I do cut my sponges down in, I think I cut them into 6s. Each sponge I cut into half, and then each half into thirds. To me, that's just a nice size little sponge. And then I just put a little piece of cardstock on there for a handle to kind of help keep my fingers from getting too inky. Now you see how I can just keep adding more color, or I can just add a little bit. It's really not rocket science. It's super easy, but look at what a nice, soft, really warm yellow that is. I think I'm going to do the same over here, and I'm going to hit these roses over here. And you can see where I'm going back over it several times to get a depth of the yellow. Now, what's nice about this is it's just kind of automatically giving me some lighter yellow on those petals. I could add some green to the leaves. Like I said, I'm just doing this really quick and easy. Now I'm going to go back in here with my Flirty Flamingo, and I'm going to add this pink. I will say pink and yellow is one of my all-time favorite color schemes. I remember when we were living in the north of England, we lived in York, and I remember one year we planted daffodils and pink tulips, and they were absolutely exquisite spring display of color. Now, I can leave that just as it is, and I'm going to add a little black backing because I do think it makes the black in this really pop. And I will put the dimensions on here. This is a 4 by 3 3/4 piece of designer paper, and then I've just made it 1/8 of an inch going up. But I wanted to show you what you can do is you can take this Flirty Flamingo, add it to the Bumblebee, and then you're going to get a little bit more of a coral color. So it just gives me another option where I can start mixing my colors, and that adds more depth and more fun. So I wanted to do this one where I'm getting kind of these deeper colors. And then I'm going to do another one, and I did combine those very definitely. And I'm going to do this one without the combination. So I think I'll do the pink in the center here, and I'm just going to do them really soft and light and see if we get just a different look. Oh, yeah, that's right. This has been in the pink, so now it's given me, I should have cleared that sponge before I did this, but that's actually really nice. So now if I clear that a little bit, let's see if, it's still bringing out quite a bit of pink. Let's go back over here and add more to this pink here. So very soft. So there's a lesson for you. If you add that second color to your, it's going to pick some of it up into your sponge, and that's definitely going to make a difference with your application. So let me come back in here and add a little bit more yellow. Those are really coming out strong, but I like it. I'm liking it a lot. See the difference? I mean, just by adding more or less ink, you get a really different look. So let's go ahead, and I think I'm done with these colors. And let's do a little bit of a matte on these. So I'm just, like I said, this is just 1/8 of an inch larger, and I'm going to stick that down like so with my seal. Now you see how that's really pretty and classic on the other side. I will say I think that the designs in this True Love, I think it's called, yeah, True Love Designer Series paper, they're really elegant, and I tend to like elegant. That's just kind of the way my brain goes. So let's pop this here. Make sure it's not quite a square. So this is my Designer Series paper is 4 by 3 3/4. And then my piece of black cardstock is 4 1/8 by 3 7/8 to give just that little, what I call a micro layer. It's just that little 1/8 inch, just a tiny bit of a layer there. So let's see how we get on here. There we go. You see how much that little bit of black outline really makes all of the black in my designs pop. Now, I am going to lay this, there we go. Let's see where I'm gonna go. So I could go like this, or I could go like this. So this just is different ways of viewing the same color scheme. I actually kind of like having more of the Flirty Flamingo, but I don't think I have any more of that over here. So I think that is what we're going to go with. And then I'm going to add a greeting. Now I've got a couple of choices here when it comes to putting that greeting down. On here, I could just stamp it because it will easily, it will not, it would easily show. I've got just a bunch of die cut shapes from my design area. So I could, oh, look at there, that's, this is a little bit too big. This is probably a little bit too big as well. So I think all of these are going to be too big unless I was to do something like that, which I could do. This was just kind of randomly lying there. I thought that just might work somewhere. Well, I picked up a bunch of white shapes, and I don't know that any of them, see, this is what happened to me the other night too. I kind of like that actually. The white circle just might work for us. Now, the other thing we could do is we could switch it up and go this way and go this way and just change it up a little. We could also do that with this. We could add a little bit of color to that. So that, kind of liking that. That's kind of cool. Now the other thing that I keep trying to add, because I made an extra, is this guy here. Not sure if that really works. Might be a little bit too busy. Yeah. So let's see about a piece of vellum. And then we could do that. That's kind of a cool option. Kind of like that. So if we went like this and like this, totally different look. So I'm not seeing anybody weighing in on my design work here today. So I'm kind of flying blind here, having to do my own design work. So let's see how we get on with these items here, since nobody's giving me their opinion. And then I want to see about adding a little bit of this gingham ribbon here. This is the Bumblebee gingham. I could add the the Bumblebee ribbon here. I definitely like it better over here. Or I could add, this is, ooh, I kind of like that. This is that really gorgeous, it's part of this same suite in the spring book. And it's this metallic Blushing Bride ribbon. It has gold in it, and it honestly, wow, I think it looks great with both of these. So I think I'm gonna go with that. And then I'm either gonna add a little bit more black with these black matte dots, or I'm gonna add these, which I think is gonna be a better fit because it kind of picks up that pinky in there. Now here is, you know, I added one of these the other night when I was stamping with you on Thursday, and I really liked it, but I think it's gonna be, yeah, I think it's gonna be too busy. So the vellum with the greeting, yeah, I think this is gonna be a good fit here, Sue. I think that is going to be, that's a good call. So let's start with that one, and then we'll take it from there. So let's go ahead and put, Happy Thoughts. Let's see what's gonna fit in there. Based on the size of this, I think that the only one that's going to fit in there is Congratulations or Thank You. So, and this is one of our spring catalog items, Happy Thoughts. I think it's a must-have. And this is inspired by one of our $1 Million Achievers, Jackie Bolheis. So I think it is a terrific, terrific stamp set. That could be dangerous. Yeah, I think we'll just do that. And I am going to, I sure hope I brought it over here. I was picking up a black stamp pad, kind of that thing that you always need to have at hand. And did I leave it over there? I probably did. I wonder how it would look if we did it. Yeah, I think it's not going to be strong enough. Let me grab my black stamp pad really quick. Okay. Thankfully, my design station is not far from this little spot where I do most of my filming. So let's add Thank You. I'm going to stamp it here first to make sure that I have, yes, mounted it correctly. I like that. Oh, I'm liking that a lot. So let's see if we can add a little bit of ribbon and whether we want to bring this over here and then over here. No, I think we're going to do it in the middle. Okay, let's go ahead and put this down. I do like this Flirty Flamingo with the Mary Merlot. It's really a nice way to bring in some of our deeper colors like Mary Merlot and then add it to one of our super bright pinks. And this is definitely a super bright pink. And I think what we're going to do is add a little bit of ribbon across the center, maybe down towards the bottom. Let's just get this ready to stick down to the front of our card. This is going to have a lot of layers on it, which actually makes for a really luxurious look. I don't want to cover up too much of my flower, so that's kind of how I'm determining where I'm going to put that ribbon. I wanted the colors on my flowers to really be visible. So there, that, and then you see I'm just pressing in that, what do you call it? The adhesive. I'm glad you like this font. I think it's lovely too, Diane. So let's go here and let's put it on this piece of vellum. And you know, vellum, adding vellum to that really just kind of softens everything. And I think I'm going to actually pop that up on dimensionals, which I know I got out already. Where are they? Dimensionals, I know I got you out. They're probably right under me. Ay, ay, ay. Where did they go? Cannot find them anywhere, and I know I took them out. Okay, well, we're going to grab the minis because they work just as well. I'm just going to use 2 at the time. And when you're working with vellum, you don't want to put your adhesive on the part where the vellum is going to show, because it will show through. So that's one of the things about working with vellum that you have to be mindful of. Now, well now, what do you think? We could go there and do something a little bit different, or we could go here. So this is our landscape, and this is our portrait. I wasn't going to go there, but I'm kind of digging that. What do you ladies think? I think that might be just the ticket that I was looking for. It's funny how when you just lay something down, it can take on a whole different look. I think that's kind of cool because it's kind of unexpected having that little piece of ribbon down there. I'm kind of liking it. So let me grab my pick a tool, and let's put some of these opal rounds down, and then we'll decide whether we're going to add a little bit more ribbon or whether we're just going to leave it as is. Thank you for weighing in, Gail. I think that that is a really good call. I'm not going to put that in the center of the flower. I think it's honestly, these tend to look better when you just kind of scatter them and don't try to get them directly into part of your design. So let's go 1, 2, let's go 3. And then let's just see, do we want to add a little bit more of this ribbon or not? Let's try a little knot up here and see what we think. What's cool about this is it's a true reversible ribbon. So it's just a pure satin on one side, and on the other it has all of this beautiful gold. So I will say, I think this is probably my favorite ribbon in the new spring catalog. I need to twist it, there we go, so that I get I wanted the gold sticking out and not the pink. So let's see how we did there. Okay, what do we think? What do we think? So there is the first card made with this color scheme. Now we added only a little bit of the bumblebee here, not a lot, but it's very feminine and very sweet card with the different layers of pink. Now, whoopsie, am I crooked on that? Sometimes when I'm stamping upside down, I end up getting things a little bit crooked. So there we go. Very simple, very pretty. Let's see what happens when we add a yellow, a bumblebee card base. And this time we're going with definitely the deeper colors and not as much the lighter colors. So let's see what happens. I think we're going to go ahead and, you know, I think for comparison's sake, if we just go ahead and use the same ribbon, even though with this yellow, we could bring in the yellow ribbon. I think that works, but I think I like to compare side by side. And so I think we'll just do that. And Diane, you're liking the vellum too. You know, it's one of those happy mistakes, as it were, in the sense that I had a piece of that. I had cut that label and I didn't use it, so I just put it into my little pile of die cuts that hadn't yet been, I didn't mean to do that. Candy. Haha. If you move quickly, you can get it up. There we go. Okay, let's lay this across, and because I pulled that up, I think I'm going to come back behind here and just add a little bit more, just stick those tails down really good. And let's just do the same application and orientation that we did the first time. Again, let's rub in that adhesive to make sure that it sticks really, really well. And let's go ahead and put this layer down. Again, you have a lot of layers here, and layers really add to a feeling of luxury on your cards. They just have a lot of heft. When you pick them up, when you open them up, they just have that heft and that weight that really adds a lot. Now you can already see the difference. Now, mind you, I do have more ink here, but you can see the difference in just a little bit of a color difference in your cardstock can really change things up rather considerably. Now, I don't have another of those vellum pieces. I do have this little thing of hearts, and this is in one of the new foil sheets, I think. Yeah, that may even, I'm not sure if this is, yeah, this is the new foil sheets that are also a part of this suite right here. So we could add that. Let's just kind of think about that. I think that, well, this is a larger one. If I'm going to go with the same size, we could do something like that. Or maybe those hearts are just too much. It's a lot of pattern here, and then the hearts. So Crystal, I'm glad that you have joined us and that you're going to watch the replay. I think that will be awesome. I'd love to hear your thoughts on our little color adventure today. So let's go ahead and think about this. I could also just kind of slide it under there. We could do something like that. I'm not sure about these hearts. Do I or don't I use the hearts? Now I will say, do I have anything else in here? I could use this. That's kind of a nice look. What do y'all think? And that would hold a larger stamp. So we might just go in that direction. And then it's a little bit more like this size over here. So I could do Thinking of You. It even fits this. Actually, I think, as per usual, my desk is now a mess. As soon as I start stamping, I leave everything out and make a right mess of it. So let's clear this stamp, clean it nicely, and put this back in Happy Thoughts. And let's put Thinking of You. Although that fits, I think I like this a little better. Make sure I can stamp it a little bit straighter. Okay, so Gail, you're liking this. Is from the, actually both of these are from the Stitched So Sweetly dies, which are a definite must-have. So what I'm showing you here today are items that are in the spring catalog. And so then if you place an order of these items that totals $50 or $100, then you could get one or two of the free celebration items that I showed you last time. So there is method in my madness here. Thinking of You. I like it. It is crooked. Definitely crooked. Okay, Candy, let's see. Yeah, I think we're just going to go with it. I think it won't be too bad because of the white on the white. Now, something I could do. This is the problem, see, I start thinking of all these different things we could do. Let me just see if I were to add a little bit of pink to one of these. And I'm not going to do it on this one because it's already stuck down. So let me just see though, if we were to add a little bit of pink to this edge, is that something we want? Oh, Oh, Nelly, I think we like it. I think we like it. I think we just stepped it up. One more. Let's see if I can, oh, yep, I can pull this up because my dimensionals are down there. I think that we are going to add a little bit of pink ink. This is Flirty Flamingo, and I think it really helps brighten this card and keep it nice and ultra feminine. Oh, I think that was just the perfect little touch. What do y'all think? Just a little something, something. Sometimes just a little bit of color makes a huge difference. So I'm glad I tried that, and I think I'd love to do it on this one. I'm just wondering if it's, I mean, like that's really, really crooked. Let me grab, I do have another one of those labels, so let me grab that, and can I get away with that? This stitch looks a lot better. Whole bunch of those cut for a class I'm doing Friday night. We're doing some demonstrator training, and then Saturday I have an all-day spring catalog online kickoff. So all those packets are in the mail, and it's going to be a fun weekend of stamping, lots of stamping going on. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I think it brings some really nice color. So now we are just going to add the greeting. I could do that. That's very small and unobtrusive. So let's cut, you know what? I take it back. Let's go ahead and do the thank you just so that we have more of a side-by-side comparison, even though this one has the vellum. I know I'm chopping and changing a lot, aren't I? Which means that I also have to bring my other stamp back in here. Let's see if we can clear. You know what I will do? I think I will do them both, and then we can decide. Somewhere in here. Ah, here it is. The one I just added all the pink to. I think that I probably did not mount this overly straight. Oh, that's better. Not great, but it's better. So y'all tell me what you think, whether I should go with this one, which is definitely a larger bit of white, or, well, I guess I need to stamp it on here, or whether I need to go with the little thank you. Yeah, that's still crooked. That's challenging, you know? Sometimes when you have a lot, like you have, what do you call it? A non-cursive and a cursive, like a print and a cursive mixed font. Sometimes you're trying to figure out which way you're supposed to line it up to get it straight. I kind of like that because I like being able to see more of this color. So I'll wait till you guys weigh in, and my computer here where I'm watching your comments is just about on its last banana peel. So we will wrap this up quickly now. And I think that that's what I'm going to go with. And do we want to add a little bit of a knot up here? Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. Let's see how we get on. This time I might add or make it so that the Blushing Bride side shows not so much gold, but a little bit more of the satin, the Blushing Bride satin, which is just really, really such a pretty pink. Oh yeah, I do like that. So there we go with the satin side showing. We've got a couple little tails. We got to trim there. Get them even. There we go. And we could go this way, or we could go this way. Lots of choices today. I'm kind of off the charts with choices today, just the way my brain's firing. So let's go ahead, and I think I'm going to just put this down. Again, can't find my dimensionals to save my life. But here are the minis, so let's go with those. And tell me what you think. Are you liking it better with the Bumblebee card base, or do you like the deeper Mary Merlot card base? Do you like having more of the pink here, the Flirty Flamingo, or do you like having more of the deeper colors here? It's a little bit brighter. This is a little bit deeper. You like the smaller greeting so we can see more of the flowers. I agree, Diane. And, oh, okay. Now, Sue is saying, let's go with landscape. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it and see how we can get on here. Look at there. I like it. I like having the difference. So let's just add a few of these. I don't know if you can see them. These are called opal rounds, and they're very aptly named because they're iridescent. So what I like about them is they're rather unobtrusive. They're not as flashy as like our regular rhinestones, but they just add that little bit of shimmer and shine, almost like a raindrop that is got a little bit of that oil spill look. Should we do a few more? Yeah, let's. Sometimes less is more, and sometimes more is more. And I am just going to keep going here. Let's see. I think we're going to go like that. So there we have it. Okay, hola to you, Adriana, and so glad you joined us today. So there we have two versions of the same color scheme, keying in on Bumblebee. And the color scheme that we used is from my handy dandy color chart, which I will share the download here. So this is the color scheme that I went with, and we just played with a little bit of color. We did a little bit of sponging, and other than that, very simple stamping. But the Teach Me Tuesday today was showing you how to use one of our awesome new in colors called Bumblebee. So I will share still photos of these, and I will also share the inspiration sheet so that you have a definitive look at all of the measurements in case you wanted to do a similar layout, and also all the different colors so you're not having to rely on your memory. I know for me, yeah, if I have to rely on my memory, that's depending on the day of the week, it's not not terribly reliable. So that is it for me. So Kathy, you like them both and you're not crazy about pink. Well, I will take that as a huge compliment then, because these are definitely have some pinks. But I do like to, I like to take things that people think they don't like and just show them a different way of using them. I know that I tease my husband often. When we first got married, he gave me a whole list of things that he didn't like to eat. And to me, that was like waving the red cape at the bull. I'm like, really? You don't like those? So I proceeded to take every one of those items and prepare them in a way that he didn't know that that was what they were, and serve them and not tell him. And I won him over on every single one. So that is what I got to do with a little bit of pink today for you non-pink fans, and showcasing Bumblebee with Flirty Flamingo and Mary Merlot. So thank you so much for tuning in. Please like my Facebook page if you haven't already, and that helps me so much. And I will be back here on Thursday at 2 p.m. Central Time, and we will be doing simple and then stepped up stamping. Thanks again for tuning in. Take care, and God bless.